try and get their campaigns off and running, with Bulgaria hosting Latvia. Well, let's just have a look at Group H. Greece beat Bulgaria on game day 1. Bosnia and Herzegovina beating Latvia just by that single point, 62 points to 61. And all 4 teams back in action here this evening, with Bulgaria hosting Latvia, and then in a couple of hours' time it is Greece taking on Bosnia and Herzegovina. Well, Bulgaria had to travel to Greece on game day 1, came away with that 73-63 loss, whereas Latvia, as we've just seen, were involved in that real nail-biter at home to Bosnia and Herzegovina, eventually losing out by just that single point, 62 points to 61. So, yeah, both sides are looking to try and pick up their first win of the qualifying campaign. Of course, the qualifiers will go on for pretty much 12 months from now. There's 3 qualifying windows. So this one that we're currently playing in now in February, we then wait until November the 23rd later on this year. And that will be the second qualifying window in late November, early December. And then the final qualifying window will be pretty much this time next year, February the 15th to February the 23rd. So 3 teams in each group will go through, except, of course, for the groups which include the FIBA Eurobasket 2021 hosts, which this group doesn't. Czech Republic, Georgia, Germany and Italy, of course, confirmed as the 4 co-host nations of FIBA Eurobasket 2021. So the home side just being introduced to the crowd now. Try and bounce back after game day 1. As a team, they would have been a little bit frustrated with the way they shot the ball, especially Bulgaria. They're at just 34% from the field, and they'll be hoping for better today. Anyway, before we can crack on, we will pause momentarily for both national anthems, starting with Latvia. So a rousing Bulgarian national anthem. Always gets the crowd up for it, doesn't it? The national anthem's going out. Two coaches just exchanging some pleasantries. And we're just a couple of moments away from getting this one up and underway. Should be a really good game, this, with both sides knowing that they really need to try and kickstart their campaign now. The three officials there. Boris Krajcek from Slovenia, Zafer Yilmaz of Turkey, and Zdravko Rutesik of Montenegro. Three men in charge of today's game. Well, just before the national anthems, I was saying about Bulgaria not particularly shooting the ball well in their previous game. Yeah, just 34% from the field. They were just 37% from two-point range. Well, Latvia also struggled as a team with their 2- and 3-point shot, as we just look at their starting five go through at the bottom of your screen there. But, yeah, they only shot 38.9% from two-point range last time out, and just 28% from three-point range. So, yeah, they struggled a little bit. For Latvia, though, they were led by Martins Myers and Martins Laksa. Both had 13 points. Have a look at Robert Stelmars there, the Latvian coach. Had an extensive playing career as well, of course, and then took over the Latvian national side as a coach back in 2019, so he's not been in charge for too long. And now the Bulgarian starting five going through: Debost, Minikov, Kostov, Yanev, and Vakninov. Mentioned that Debost was their standout performer a couple of days ago. 14 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds and 4 steals for Debost. And he was supported by the likes of Dimitar Dimitrov. He had 15 points, 7 rebounds, and Yordan Minchev and Stanimir Marinov both finished with 10 points as well. There is the Bulgarian coach, Rozan Barkovsky. Yeah, a few names to look out for Latvia. They were led by Martins Myers and Martins Laksa. Both had 13 points a couple of days ago. They were the only two who actually made double digits. But Mareks Meyeris had a big game on the glass. He had 11 rebounds, so they'll be hoping he can be equally as dominant today. He shared the ball pretty well as well. He picked up 6 assists, and the other who had a decent game was Igor Skele, who picked up 8 rebounds and 5 assists. So a few names to look out for there. Coming into this, they would have been a little confident, I think, Latvia. Home against Bosnia and Herzegovina, then away to Bulgaria. It seemed like a pretty good schedule. And of course, a lot of people were excited to see just what their youngsters could do on the bigger stage. Zagars and Kjuric. A lot of people are quite excited by these young guys then teaming up with all the other big Latvian names when they make their return in a big event sometime soon. So two sides ready to go here. Bulgaria and Latvia, they will leave it all out on the court. They know that it's the last time that they'll be playing in these qualifiers for, what, 7 months or so now, until November, so there'll be plenty of time to rest and regroup. So they've just got to make sure they leave it all out there here this evening. Last time these two sides met each other, 2004. So it's been a while. And just a reminder that the other game in this group between Greece and Bosnia and Herzegovina, that tips off in 2 hours' time from now, so they may well just watch the first little bit of this one before they have to go through their warm-ups and get ready for the game. So here we go, it is Bulgaria taking on Latvia, and it's the home side who control the tip and will have the opening possession. Should be a good game this, expecting a close one. Bulgaria will be hopeful that their home support can play a part as well, as the first pull-up jump shot is made by Minchev. Nice start for the Bulgarians. That's a beautiful pass underneath, and just the easiest of layups by Martins Myers. That's too easy, though, from a Bulgarian point of view. Beautiful dish to him from Martins Laksa. Here is Minchev. Kostov trying to go himself. Offensive rebound. Kostov throws it up again, and Kostov makes it at the second time of asking. Good hustle from him there, grabbing his own rebound. Hashtag Eurobasket if you want to try and get involved with us and interact with us. Although an unsportsmanlike foul has been called here. Quite see what happened there. It's gone on DeBost. So Latvia will head to the line and shoot a couple and then get possession back again. Ate at the line. Ate again. First three-point shot goes up, count it, and one. Big time play for Latvia and Martins Laksa. Foul goes on Kostov. So the chance for a 4-point play here from Martins Laksa. Had a good game a couple of days ago, finishing with 13 points. Only 9 years of age now, Martins Laksa, so plenty of experience there. Plays his club basketball for Start Lublin, as Bulgaria look to respond with a three of their own and do so. So both sides looking at a nice rhythm early on. Another shot goes down for Chavdar Kostov. Pass out to the corner, open looking shot, and another three goes down. This time it's Mareks Meyeris. So both sides have started hot. Here goes again, DeBost looking to try and get himself going. Good couple of minutes though, early on in this game. Is Ate. Tries to find a way through. Oh, he couldn't make the layup on the reverse, though. Kostov drives to the baseline, throws it up, no good, but Bulgaria get it back. Drives inside, good block, though. It was Martins Myers with the rejection. And now Latvia quickly up the other end of the floor. Draws the foul. So foul goes on Minchev. Myers. Perimeter defense this from Bulgaria, and in the end it does lead to the steal. That was a good defensive possession, great pass as well, and the layup goes down and one. Excellent fast break from Bulgaria. Nice pass, open looking three, count it again. Their three-point shot looking mean and in the groove early on here. Mayeris makes another one. So he's 2 for 2 from three-point range. Gets it to fall and will head to the stripe. Nice pass from Debost. Alexander Yanev with the two. Makes the three-point play. A completely open looking jump shot. Bulgaria going to have to try and close him down quicker than that, because Martin Zmajer's just in so much time to make that jumper. Here's Debost now. Boss, nice bounce pass. Sands gets it to go as well. Stanislav Vaklinov making the layup. And we're tied up again, 14 points each. Thought about throwing it up again. This time, foul goes against him. Mayeris called on the offensive foul. Debost. Boss tried to find a way through. Great hustle, though, from Boss to keep the ball alive here for Bulgaria. Throws it back outside. The three is on the way. Comes up short. Offensive rebound, and he couldn't put it back. And eventually, Latvia do have it with Artis Ate. They've just given it straight back to Bulgaria. Now it's 3 against 2 for the time being here. Kostov will turn it over. That was a layoff. Let-off, I should say, for Latvia. After Kostov called on the offensive foul. So Kostov called on his second. Pavliv Ivanov comes onto the floor for the first time here for Bulgaria. It's tightened up defensively here, Bulgaria, over the last couple of minutes, not allowing Latvia too many easy looks. Goes inside, excellent bounce pass. Terrific assist and very simple layup right underneath the hoop. Debost again finding himself on the floor, but again finding a white jersey. He's had it stolen, great steal from Yankovs. Right off the foot of Pavlin Ivanov. So on comes one of the young kids that we're really looking forward to watching during this qualifying campaign in Arturs Kurets. Two Arturs both on the floor, Kurets and Zagaz. Throws it up and again gets it to go. Latvia just looking so rhythmical right now. They lead by 4. Bulgaria have no more fouls to give. You can see how well both sides shooting the ball, especially Latvia, though. 4 for 5 from two-point range at the moment. Drives inside. Good defense again, though, from the away side. And here they come on the fast break. Oh, the pass behind the back. I'm not quite sure his teammate was on the same wavelength there. Still able to keep control of the ball, though, Latvia. Comes inside and doesn't quite get the roll. Unlucky. Minchev. Ivanov. Now Yanev, who into the baseline, calls the foul. So timeout called from Bulgaria. It's Latvia 18, Bulgaria 14, with just over 3 minutes to go in this first quarter.
Ще направим дублиране по края. Са премис меч, правим дублиране тук на ниския пост. Пазим се. Айде! Едно, две, три! България! Играме едно. Айде! Нападение едно долу, айде.
Well, a good crowd in. I'm sure it will continue to fill up as well. A load of people probably just coming in from finishing work. Crowds have been excellent on the whole in the FIBA Eurobasket qualifiers, which is fantastic to see. Coming out to support their national team. Throws up the three. Oh, yeah, great shot. That looked a difficult shot from Minchev to shoot over the defense, but gets it to go. Shot clock's down to 2 seconds here. They've got to throw it up. They did so just in time, but the defensive rebound brought down by Bulgaria. Now there's a chance for the home side to go in front once again. Marinov. And sets the high screen. Now the three from the top of the key comes up way short. And Latvia will just allow that to go out of bounds. So Minchev takes a seat. Nice start for him, though, today. Hristo Zariev is the man who comes on the floor. Trying to do his best to weave away through. Good defense, though, by Bulgaria. Last touch was off a white shirt, so Latvia will keep it, but only 3.3 seconds on the clock. Turned it over, though. Now the fast break is on here for Bulgaria. Great pass, easy two. It's another fast break points for the home side. Alexander Yanev, the man who makes it. And Bulgaria take the lead. They lead by 1. And timeout is called.
gatavs, gaidām. Labi, pieliec labu bolu, tu skaties iekšā, šitas iznāk, skatāmies iekšā piespēli. Ja nav nekas, iedod piespēli labāk.
A few Latvian supporters as well have made the trip over to Bulgaria. Inside the final couple of minutes here in this opening quarter. Pass across the floor, the three is off target, defensive rebounds. Just help yourself to an open look. There was a foul underneath though, so the whistle is gone. Nice feign on the pass. Looked as though he was going to pass it into the corner. Instead, just threw the three up himself. Wasn't able to get it to go. Now, Latvia coming forward. Pass underneath. In the low post. The bucket's not going to count. Whistle had already gone. Foul goes on Dimitar Dimitrov, who had a good game on Friday. Yordan Minchev, who also had a decent game on Friday, is on the floor for the first time. Bonus now, so Latvia heading to the line. Martins Myers. Nice little pop pass, but good defense again from Latvia. Big block, and now the fast break is on. Good transitional defense by the Bulgarians. And again, a foul is called, and Bulgaria will turn it over. Latvia, excuse me, will turn it over on the offensive foul. Martins Myers, the man called on it. Good work from Yordan Minchev. Myers called on his first foul. Here's Marinov. Marinov gets it back. Marinov shooting the three and gets it to go. Stanimir Marinov gives Bulgaria a three-point lead inside the final 30 seconds. Did well to keep that pass in bounds. Drives into the lane, makes a pretty simple layup, and Bulgaria will have the final possession of this opening quarter. It's a up fake, throws it in. He's got two Latvia shirts all around him. Good defense. He wanted a whistle there, but looked to me like pretty solid defense from the Latvian side, and the buzzer goes for the end of the first quarter. It's close, it's fiercely competitive, just as we thought it was going to be. Bulgaria 22, Latvia 21. Well, both sides shooting the two pretty well. 62% for Latvia, but look how well they're shooting the three as well. 3 for 4 from beyond the arc at 75%. That is going to get it done. And even with those kind of numbers, they still don't have the lead. So Bulgaria have done well in that opening quarter. the highlights from that first quarter. Pretty close. Latvia had their biggest lead of 4. Bulgaria had their biggest lead of 3. There were 4 lead changes in that opening quarter. Both sides looking in a nice rhythm. Came out quickly, shooting the ball well with conviction. Certainly don't look as though these two sides lost their opening game back on Friday. For Bulgaria, Minchev has 7 points, Alexander Yanov and Chavdar Kostov have 5. And for Latvia, they've been led by Martins Myers, who's got 7, Mareks Mieres, who has 6. There is a reminder, next qualifying games between November the 26th and November the 30th. So still quite a few months away. Hashtag Eurobasket, remember, if you want to interact with us and let us know who you think are the favourites to perhaps win the competition in 2021. Who do you think is going to get out of the respective groups? And good steal early on in this second quarter for the home side. Might actually go coast to coast, throws it up, gets it a 4 and 1. Big time play, and just the start that Bulgaria wanted. Lovely little step from Zahariev. First points of the game for him. Myers called on his 3rd foul, so he's just got to be a little bit careful here, Mareks Mieres. Another chance here for Bulgaria to extend their lead. Thought about the 3, turned it down. Now the shot clock's down to 3. Oh, big rejection. Get out of here, he says. Good defense for Latvia. Bulgaria have it again, beginning to perhaps get into the ascendancy in this game at the moment. You feel as though they're on top. Three seconds left on the clock, has to shoot that fadeaway too, but gets it to fall. Yordan Minchev, the man who knocks it down, and Bulgaria have their biggest lead of this game so far. It's up to 5, 26 points to 21. Just had to throw it up. How has he got that to go? That is Golbis. Right into the lane. Oh, takes a heavy tumble, but offensive foul is called. So Maris Golbis hit the deck, but the foul has gone on Zahariev. Officials just wanted something checked there. Passed it underneath. Foul called on Dimitrov. Just a little too eager to try and make the steal. Second foul called on Dimitrov. Stanislav Vaklinov back onto the floor here for Bulgaria as Dimitar Dimitrov heads to the bench. Pulls up, shoots the jump shot, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound though, Latvia will have a second chance. And the foul goes on Ivanov. Yeah, just trying his luck from three-point range. Why not? The way that Latvia shot the three in the first quarter. 3 for 4. And another foul is called. It's just got a little scrappy the last minute or so. There's Golbis, the man called on it. A positive play, though, from Stanimir Marinov. Hariev helps it on. Yeah, looking to try and pick a way through. In the end, just has to throw up the long jump shot that, again, nothing but string. So Stanimir Marinov, beautiful little turnaround jump shot from him. Here is Blums. And Zagas. 3 from a long way out with the shot clock counting down. That's a good defensive possession from Bulgaria and a big strong rebound as well to make sure they got it, but they will turn it straight over Bulgaria. You can hear what the fans make of that. Yeah, I don't think they can have too many complaints about that either. Stanislav Vaklinov right in front of the official, pulled on his first foul. Bost is back on the floor. And for Monaco, of course, is Bost. Bulgaria have really tightened up on the defensive end here, but nice pull-up jump shot. They're just sticking around. Still just a one-possession game, 28 points to 25. Foul is called. There goes on Artus Kurits. And he just made that jump shot down the other end of the floor, his first points of the game for the youngster. Definitely a lot of expectation and excitement surrounding the likes of Artus Kurits. Only 20 years of age, only just turned 20 as well last year. Latvia have got the steal. Bost has got back though. Did well there, Bost. Got back in really quick time. Shooting the three from quite a long way out, but counted, and Latvia all level again here, 28 points each. Again, they continue to knock down plenty of shots from beyond the arc in this first half. Latvia, Bulgaria looking to respond with a three of their own, can't get it to go, defensive rebounds. Here is Zagas. Zagas tries to find a way through. They will keep it, just at the leg, I think, of Vaklinov. Go back outside. Now he drives into the lane. Just doesn't quite get the roll with the layup. Good, strong rebound again from Bulgaria. Kicks it back out. Well, to get out to the perimeter there, just as Avramov was about to shoot that three. Now D-Boss trying to get into a rhythm, comes up short. Still yet to get off the mark here, D-Boss, the man who had 14 points on Friday. 4 steals as well for D-Boss. Most of the baseline. Strong work, though, underneath. Says, get out of my way as he makes the 2. And Latvia lead once again, 30 points to 28. Avramov turns it over. And then is called on the foul. So into the bonus with still 4 and a bit minutes to go in this second quarter. Aris Golbis splits them from the line. Latvia lead by 3. Is D-Bost, who was born in Carolina in the States. Naturalized Bulgarian. Here's Bost again. Out to the corner, trying to shoot over the defense. A little too much on that one. Rebound brought under by Martins Laksa. Here is Zagars. 5 points, 1 assist for Zagars so far today, and that is not particularly good. A breakdown in communication there for Latvia. Avramov. D-Bost lining up the 3, count it. And D-Bost is off and running. Taking him a while to get going, but is that just going to spur him into life here? 31 points each, 3.5 to go in the second quarter. A good game so far. Oh, good steal. Yordan Minchev read the pass. Minchev trying to go coast to coast, kicks it back outside. Extra pass to D-Bost. Can he make it 2 out of 2? Yes, he can. D-Bost is firing now on all cylinders. And Bulgaria lead by 3 as Bost knocks down back-to-back threes. And a timeout is called with Bulgaria leading 34 points to 31. The atmosphere is really beginning to grow here, and I think in part because of what they've seen from D-Bost over the last 30 seconds or so, as he's knocked down back-to-back three-pointers to give Bulgaria a three-point lead again. We've got 3 minutes to go in this first half. Both sides, remember, having lost their opening game on Friday, looking to try and get off and running in this qualifying campaign. Oh, don't know what he's seen there, but just throws it straight out of bounds. Skelly, obviously seeing something that wasn't there. Tattoo-laden Artoms Butyankovs is back in. Debossed again. Oh, don't let him shoot another one. This time he comes up short. Got to try and close him out a little bit better, though, as he lines up that three. Yeah, nice, easy look for Martins Myers. Assist for Zagars. Lead is down to 1. Myers 4 for 5 from 2-point range today for his 9 points. Bost turns around, a beautiful pass. Looked as though he was just going to throw up that turnaround jump shot, but just saw the big man underneath. Last second decision from Chris Minkov. Foul goes on Martins Laxer. Yanov makes both from the stripe. No team has been able to really pull away from the other so far in this first half. There's always just been about 3 points separating them either way. Spins, gets the roll, nice shot. Spun to his left-hand side, then had to try and shoot with his right. Always difficult, but Butyankovs with his first points of the game. Now Debossed, the high screen, set by Vaklinov. Drives inside, difficult shot, offensive rebound, but then he turns it over. And Latvia on the fast break. 3 against 3, out to the corner. Additional defense from the home side, and now a foul is called on Stanislav Vaklinov. Martins Myers took a bit of a tumble. For the free throw, Bulgaria called timeout. We've got 1 minute and 14 seconds left in this second quarter. Bulgaria leading by 1.
Screen, hand off, pick it up, good spacing.
So straight out of the timeout, it is Martins Myers at the free throw line for a couple here. So Latvia again lead. Plenty of lead changes in this first half. That's just how close it's been. 7 lead changed in total. Bulgaria's biggest lead has been 5. Latvia's biggest lead has been 4. Kicks it out to the corner. The 3 is on the way. Just comes up short. And the offensive rebound to give Bulgaria a second look here. D. Bost. Shot clock is down to 3. Bost is just going to have to try and throw it up. Drives inside, doesn't get the layup to go, and Myers brings down the rebound. Very nearly got the steal. Now Skeller. Now the 3 is no good, and Bulgaria will have it. And there's about, well, just under 4 seconds between the shot and the game clock. So Minchev heads to the bench. Kostov. Marinov. Shot clock's down to 4. The 3 is on the way. Comes up short. Defensive rebound. They're just going to have to throw one up here with 2 seconds before the buzzer. He did so. Threw up an air ball. And that brings to an end what has been a really enjoyable opening half of basketball here. But it is Latvia who have the slenderest of leads. It's Bulgaria 36, Latvia 37. Let's have a look at the stats. You can see how well Latvia have shot the 2 at 67%. It's just Bulgaria having a lot more looks. When you think Latvia have had 24 looks in total, Bulgaria have had well over 30. That is why Bulgaria have been able to just stay in touch. Rebounds, assists pretty similar, as are the steals. There's very, very little separating these two sides after that first half. Minchev and Yanev leading the way with Bulgaria with 7. Bost had 6, 2 of those 3-pointers coming in the space of about 30 seconds. It's Myers who is the game leader with 11 points, though, for Latvia. As we just have a look at some of the highlights from the first half, I think Bulgaria will be pretty happy with the way that they started this game. D. Bost took a little while, actually, to get himself going, but there were certainly signs as that second quarter went on that D. Bost was going to become a bit of a handful, and certainly someone to look out for in the second half going forward. Started to get into a groove with those back-to-back 3-pointers. Latvia have done well. They've shared responsibility nicely. Plenty of players that have stepped up and helped on the offensive and the defensive end. Myers, who leads the way for them. Only 3 players on their roster yet to score, though. Artis Arte and Janis Blums and Rinalds Sursins, who hasn't actually played. So only 2 players that have been on the floor yet to chip in, but everyone else has. Interesting to have a look at the youngsters as well, the 2 Arturs Kurets and Arturs Zagar. Zagars has had 5 points and a couple of assists. He's had a nice start to this game. Both coaches will be reasonably satisfied with what they've seen in that first half. There's been plenty of encouraging signs. Here's a look at what D. Bost went and did late on in that second quarter. Haven't seen anything of D. Bost, and then just went bang, bang, back-to-back 3-point shots. That's what he can do. He can just catch fire. D-Boss coming off that good game on Friday. 14 points, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, 4 steals. D-Boss had a couple of days ago. Yeah, just neither side could really pull away from each other. It was so close. There were plenty of lead changes. And that'll be what both coaches are hoping for in the second half, that one of their sides can just go on a little run, maybe a 10-0 run or something, and just give themselves a bit of breathing space in this match going forward, because there is very little to choose between the two sides at the moment. Let's have a look at the two key players from that first half. For Latvia, it was Martins Myers. We spoke about him coming into this game. He led the team on Friday with 13 points. Today he's already got 11. He's 4 for 5 from the field, so he has been absolutely excellent so far, has Myers. He's got 1 rebound and 1 assist and a block as well. So Latvia's 33. Doing a pretty good job so far. As for Bulgaria, well, you could have chosen a number of players really, but Chris Minchev is the man that we've chosen to highlight. 7 points, he's 3 for 6 from the field. Along with Alexander Yanev, who's also got 7 points, but Minchev's had a couple of assists and a steal as well in that first half. So it's a close one. Latvia leading by 1. Don't go too far away. Make sure you're back for the second half.
And finally, Shamarini says, hey, I'm not going with layups here. I'm not going with hook shots. I'm going to throw this one down. Great feed, same play, tough finish.
Let alley-oop to, oh, baby! He connects with it. What a play by 18 seconds. Getting the pass by Tamir Blatt.
Richard has the ball taken away. Behind the back pass, a little bit of razzle-dazzle by Spain. Gets it to Said, and he goes up for the dunk, and he's fouled. What a moment for Spain here in Cluj-Napoca.
Looking to go inside, high-low, what a pass, and Radulicia gets swatted. Alexander Matson coming out of nowhere.
From Schreiner from the half.
7. And we are off and underway once again, straight into the very capable and assured hands of D. Bost. Kicks it back outside, first open look at the 3, and nothing but net for Alexander Yanev, who had a good opening half, did Yanev. He had 7 points. Now he's up to double digits. Joins Myers from Latvia, who led the game with 11. Perfect start for Bulgaria, but Latvia come and answer straight back with a simple layup there. Here is Kostov. D-Bost again, off the pick and roll. Draws the foul. Now the 3 again, looking to try and answer and start their third quarter with back-to-back 3s, Bulgaria, which is exactly what they do. Chavdar Kostov this time making the shot. Bulgaria have started beautifully in this second half. Skella. Tyankovs. Nice pass into Myers and draws the foul. Foul goes on D. Bost. Trip to the line here for Myers. A really good first half, 11 points. Makes both from the stripe. Bost turns on the afterburners, kicks it back outside. Great perimeter defense, though. Got out to him just in time. Kostov, now Bost. Bost drives in and makes the 2. Just feel as though D. Bost is the man that can really inspire this Bulgarian side in the second half. He's up to 8. Myers again. Trying to bounce it in to Myers. Bucket won't count, the whistle had already gone. So Myers, the man who is called on the offensive foul. Here is Yanev. Already made that 3-point shot in this third quarter. Now D. Bost. Bost into Yanev, but Yanev's hands let him down, and now the fast break is on. He's got to go himself, and he does just that. Good fast break. And Igor Skella, the man who makes the 2, and puts Latvia back to within just a point of the home side. Zariev pulls up, throws the 2, no good. And a chance now for Latvia to retake the lead again. Skella, what a pass that is. And it's thrown down with authority from Martins Myers. And Latvia do take the lead, but what about the dish to him? Completely unguarded underneath. Bost off the pick and roll, nice. Kicks it back outside. Kostov comes in, shoots the long jumper, no good. Bounce pass, looking to try and find its way through to Bajyankov's. Kostov not happy with the decision. Good defense this from Bulgaria. The shot clock's down to 3. He's just got to throw it up, which he does. No chance of making it there. Oh, but they don't. Did they get a reset there? I don't think they did. Coach wants it looked at. Fairly sure it didn't hit the rim, so they obviously didn't get a reset, in which case it was a 24-second violation. So, yeah, the bucket isn't going to count. A little unfortunate there for Latvia, but a good defensive possession nonetheless for Bulgaria. Now Kostov down the other end, looking to try and punish them even more with a 3, but can't get that one to fall. And with 4 minutes or so into this third quarter, still Latvia shooting a pretty high percentage from the field, 61%, 17 for 28. Foul is called, gets it to fall, and 1. And Latvia have the opportunity here to try and go 4 points clear. Great work. Myers again making the finish. Foul goes on Dimitrov, and a timeout has been called.
Vojko, pazi, 33. We got 33. Pick and roll, we got only 5. No switch. No switch. Switch only with the former. Samo se četvr. Samo se spetist. Защото много ни бие. Много бавно игра.
So Latvia have come out hot so far in this second half. Open up a 3-point lead, chance to make that a 4-point lead as Myers is at the line looking to try and convert on this 3-point play, which he can't. So it's a 3-point game in favour of Latvia. Their biggest lead in the whole game has been 4 Latvia. And they just go on a little run. Expect one of these sides to do so at some stage. Is debossed. Lost again. That pull-up jump shot. Just lovely, isn't it? Never looks like missing. Myers draws the foul. Foul goes on Chris Minkov. Had the option to give it to Measar, but he makes the offensive rebound. Can't put it back, but is then fouled as he grabbed his own rebound then. Martins Myers. Such a good game is Latvia's number 33. Foul goes on Vaklinov. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist now. Should have really put it back first of all, but still had the awareness to catch his own rebounds. So Bulgaria already finding themselves inside the penalty. Still with 5 minutes and 18 seconds left. A little lucky to grab that rebound as well there were Bulgaria. So Latvia's lead is just 2. Struggled from the line today, Latvia, just at 57%. Imagine that's something that their coach will want to try and work on before the next round of qualifying window gets underway at the end of November later this year. Will inbounds. Vaklinov. Foul is called. So that also puts Latvia in the penalty. Rost makes the first. Been with Monaco since last year. It's done the rounds though as Dibos, Kimki and Strasbourg and Kaunas. Second spell at Monaco after first playing for them back in the 2016-17 season. Great work from Bulgaria and from Dibos. Artus Kulets, the man who turns it over, just did enough to put him under a bit of pressure there. So 48 points each. Turnover for Latvia in this game. Vaklinov. Now Dibos. Was looking to try and come off that high screen. Good defense though from Latvia, and in the end they're just going to have to throw it up here with the shot clock down to 1. Can't get the 3 to go, and the rebound is brought under by Skela. The pass underneath, but he's got 2 white shirts all over him. Can he find a way up? No, he can't. Great defense, and the last touch was off a Latvian shirt. And so Bulgaria will get it back. Great work underneath. Straight into Kavas. Both sides exactly the same so far this quarter. 4 for 8 from the field. As Dibos heads to the bench, Stanimir Marinov, the man who has come back in. Well, just comes off and shoots the open 3, but Chris Minkov can't get it to go. Over 3.5 to go in this third quarter. It's great work and a great pass as well. Looked as though he was going to go himself. They still can't put it back, but it's another offensive rebound. Latvia have managed to get themselves out of all the traffic. Kicks it back outside. Shot clock is down to 4 now, so he just pulls up, shoots the 3 and makes the 3. Had to be patient there, Latvia, but it's Egor Skela who knocks the 3-point shot down. So Skeller is up to 9. He's 4 for 6 from the field today. 3 rebounds and 3 assists. He's just quietly going about his business. Drives inside. Nice layup from Stanimir Marinov. Marinov's up to 7. Latvia's lead is 1. So hard to call which way this game is going to go. Oh, what a pass that is. Take your time and knock down the 3. Didn't have anyone around him. And Maddox Mayeris is up to 9 for the day. He is 3 for 4 from the field. And Latvia now with a chance to perhaps go to their biggest lead of this game so far. Never been bigger than 4. Mayeris, pass across the floor, looking for back-to-back 3s. No good. And just before Kavas could bring down the rebound, the foul was called. You see him wrapping his arm there around Kavas. Vaklinov. Vaklinov's 4th foul, so he's got to be careful now for the remainder of this game. And Latvia do indeed have their biggest lead of the game. It is up to 6 as Klavs Kavas makes both free throws. Here is Marinov, who looks to try and cut that lead in half. Can't get it to go, and Latvia bring down the defensive rebound. Now the chance to make it another 3. Which they do, and it's Archers Kurits this time who knocks it down. And this is the run that I was talking about, that one of these sides was surely going to go on at some stage. And it seemingly is going the way of Latvia right now. They lead by 9. It's an important last minute and 49 seconds of this third quarter for Bulgaria. They're still very much in touch, of course, in this game, but they can't afford to go any more down. There is confirmation of Vaklinov's 4th foul. As Stanimir Marinov makes the first free throw. Can't make the second, so the lead stays at 8. Nice pass to Kavas. Kavas on that right-hand jump hook shot. Lovely. And for the first time today, Latvia have themselves a double-digit lead. 61 points to 51. Dimitrov drives inside, makes the 2, and will head to the line with the chance of a 3-point play. Good penetration from Stanimir Marinov. So Marinov is up to double digits personal, 10 points for him to go alongside his 4 rebounds today. Mayeris. Kavas. Back to Kavas. It's nice. Great ball movement from Latvia. Just waiting for Kavas to find himself completely open to knock down an easy 2. But Bulgaria answer with a 3 of their own, and it's Dimitar Dimitrov who knocks it down. And Bulgaria bring that lead back down to just 7. Firmly staying in touch here on the home side. This is where the crowd are beginning to play their part as well, trying to make it as hostile an atmosphere as possible. Offensive rebound, though, by Zagas. Shot clock's down to 4. Kavas again going to that jump hook shot, but doesn't get the roll this time. And now DeBost going himself, and the foul is called on Zagas. So we've got 11.7 seconds left in this third quarter. Alexander Yanev is back on the floor here for Bulgaria as DeBost is on the line, can't make the first. I'll be pretty happy with the way that they've responded though here, Bulgaria, after falling 10 points down and just being in a little bit of a rut. They've done well, and that lead is just back to 6 now. Latvia will presumably have the final possession of this third quarter, although great hustle. Latvia will keep it. And you can see what Stanimir Marinov makes of that. So difficult to see from our angle initially. Yeah, it did look as though it was Stanimir Marinov who took that one out of bounds. So Latvia will keep it. 4.9 seconds left in the third quarter. Support pass from Meyeris, and in the end DeBost throws up the 3, would have counted, just couldn't quite get it to go. But it's a good response from Bulgaria. At one stage they led by 10 only a minute or so ago, but at the end of 3 it is Bulgaria 58, Latvia 63. Well, Bulgaria are just creeping closer to Latvia in that 2-point field goal percentage. Latvia still 7 of 15 from 3-point range. Just have a look at the highlights from this third quarter. Both sides started the quarter pretty well. But we've just been thinking all game that one side is just going to go on a run of 10, 11, nothing run, and it was Latvia that managed to do it midway through that third quarter. They managed to lead by as many as 10, but as soon as they did get that double-digit lead, Bulgaria fought straight back, and it is still anyone's game going into this final quarter. Latvia have already been involved in one nail-biter at home to Bosnia and Herzegovina on Friday, where they lost out by 62 points to 61. And at the moment, this is looking as though it could be just as nail-biting a finish here in Bulgaria today. Hear the crowd now doing all they possibly can to get behind this Bulgarian side and try and get them over the line. The final quarter is off and on. He's got to try and inbound this quickly, which he did just about get it away in time. Here is Skella. Skella, nice pass from Skella. Oh, heavy-handed underneath though. Should have really been a pretty simple layup. Comes out. Oh, it's going to be a turnover here from Bulgaria. Not the start that they wanted. offensive foul called on Dimitar Dimitrov. Good work from Rinalds Sersnins. Here is Sersnins again. Myers draws the foul. Foul goes on Alexander Yanev. Yanev's had a good game, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for him today. So Dimitrov called on his 4th foul. So Bulgaria have a couple who were on 4 fouls each. Sersnins. 3-point shot, up. 3-point shot goes down. Marek Smejeris off to the perfect start in this final quarter. Exactly what Latvia were looking for. Just want to keep that little safety cushion that they've got right now, leading by 8. It's D. Bost. Bost looking to respond with 3 of his own. Catch his own rebound. Have another go. D. Bost, and this time he makes the necessary adjustment. So he answers Marek Smejeris' 3 with 1 of his own. D. Bost, that's his 3rd 3 of the game. And now Latvia have turned it over. So Bulgaria with the chance to eat into this 5-point lead. Bost again. Is he now just going to really catch fire in this final quarter? Drives to the baseline, throws up that little teardrop finish, Chavdar Kostov. And all of a sudden, we are back to just a 1-possession game. D. Bost with the assist. Bulgaria 63, Latvia 66. So a good start to this final quarter from the Bulgarians. They've cut this lead down to just 3, back to just a 1-possession game again, which it has been really throughout the majority of this game. That is Ate, the man who draws the foul. So foul goes on Alexander Yanev, who scored on his 3rd. Skella, nice pass into Myers. Myers turns, can't make the layups. Couple now right underneath the hoop that Myers has missed in this fourth quarter, and now the chance to close the gap to 1, which they do. Great fast break from Bulgaria, and Alexander Yanev puts in the layup, something that probably Myers should have done down the other end of the floor. Nearly double the amount of fast break points today for Bulgaria. Bulgaria have no more fouls to give either after just 2 and a bit minutes of this final quarter. Another foul is called. It's one of the 2 from the line. 67 points to 65. Latvia leads. Alexander Yanev though. Yanev drives in, and we are all square again here. Bulgaria coming out of the traps quickly in this final quarter. 67 points each. That 10-point lead that Latvia built up towards the back end of the third quarter really has evaporated quite quickly, hasn't it? A great response, this, from the Bulgarians. Shaking and baking and trying to find a way through. The crowd really not happy with the decision either. Foul goes on Yordan Minchev. Zagaris heading to the line again. Problem Bulgaria have getting into foul trouble so early on in this final quarter is that there will just be so many free trips to the line for Latvia. See, Latvia have still got plenty of fouls to give. So Zagaris makes both from the line. 69 points to 67. Oh, it's beautiful. How about that from Yordan Minchev? Big time play from him. And it gets Bulgaria level once again, 69 points each. These boos ring out around the arena every time that Latvia get in possession. Looking to try and make this as hostile an atmosphere as they possibly can coming down the stretch here. Again, it's another trip to the line for Latvia, but hasn't quite been Martin Smyer's quarter so far. Had a brilliant game, 19 points, now 20. He's missed 2 very straightforward layups already in this quarter. And Martin Smyers is going to head to the bench, but Yankovs is going to come back on. That's what we just saw from Minchev. What's the line? Double the amount that Bulgaria have, Latvia. And Minchev makes another layup, and Bulgaria have the lead, 71 points to 70. Latvia are going to have to try and come again. Absolutely identical in terms of points in the paint, 26 points each. Oh, shooting the 3 from miles out and shooting an air ball. Not necessarily sure that was the right play there. Artus Zagaris. Now Debost. Oh, great defense from Latvia. They managed to get the block, but they then stepped out of bounds. And Bulgaria will get possession back here. Good block from Butyankovs. Barely hear yourself think inside the sports hall now. So much noise, this home crowd. Can Debost make them even louder? This is the man with the hot hand right now, Minchev, but he can't connect with the three. To the corner. Now the three on the way for Latvia, and Latvia retake the lead. So difficult to tell which way this game is going, as Martins Laksa is the man who knocks down that three-point shot. Arte called on the foul. 2 for 3 from three-point range in this final quarter. Latvia. Is Debost. Bost just trying to take things into his own hands, but can't get it to go. Arte, meanwhile, has been called on his 4th foul, so there's plenty of players in foul trouble now. As Zagaris throws up the left hand, little floater. No good. What a pass that is underneath you. He just did well to stay in bounds. Now he drives inside. Difficult shot in traffic, and defensive rebound picked up. And Latvia with the chance to increase their 2-point advantage with Zagaris. Can he keep it in bounds? No, he can't. So Latvia have turned it over. Still just a 1-possession game. And Bulgaria have called timeout here. 71 points to 73.
Изчисти малко, но веднага се обърни с лице. Айде!
Айде, яко! Защита! 1, 2, 3!
So who can hold their nerve coming down the stretch here? Latvia 73, Bulgaria 71. We've got just over 4 minutes to go as both sides look to try and pick up their first win in the Eurobasket 2021 qualifying campaign. Debost to Yanev. Yanev into the lane, turns it over. Artisate with the steal. Mieris. Nice, back to Mieris. Now the three is on the way. Oh, it looked good as soon as it left his hand. And Martins Laksa knows how big a three that could turn out to be. He's up to 10 points. He shot the ball really well today, Laksa. 3 for 4 from the field. And it just gives Latvia a little bit of breathing space with that lead up to 5. Kostov can't get the 2 to go, but they have got the offensive rebounds. Now the 3. Oh, they respond with the 3 of their own. And just like that, Chavdar Kostov brings Bulgaria back to within 2. Kostov 3 for 4 from 3-point range today. He's had a really good game. Chavdar-Kostovo, and that is sloppy. That'll be a backcourt violation for Latvia. And Bulgaria will get possession back with a chance to potentially go ahead once again in this game. I think he was expecting the pass, and then the pass was far too high for him as well. Cheap turnover for the visiting side. Alexander Yanev, 14 points for him so far today. Now D. Bost, who's got 16. Yanev, open three. Yanev, oh, nowhere near. Chance for Bulgaria to take the lead, and we're inside the final 3 minutes. Myers, oh, great pass. No whistle came. Marinov went down, and there was almost an expectation that the whistle was going to go for an offensive foul on Myers, but didn't come. And Myers made sure of this layup. He's missed a few today, but this time it gives Latvia a 4-point lead, 78 points to 74. So Marinov checks out. Chris Minkov back onto the floor. 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go. Kostov. Now D. Bost. Shot clock is down to 5. They're just going to have to throw one up here in the end, which they do. They get it away in time. They aren't able to connect on the 2, and in the end, they bring down the rebound through Martins Laksa. So they've got the stop, Latvia. Can they make down the other end and again just start to pull away from Bulgaria? They've threatened to do so a number of times today, but every time they have, Bulgaria have come fighting back. Martins Laksa, shot clock is down to 4, and Kostov is called on the foul. So back to the free throw line. Makes 1 of 2 from the stripe. D. Bost manages to draw the foul here. Latvia still have a few fouls to give, though, so they may as well use them. With just a minute and 49 seconds to go. Kostov again. Now D. Bost. Bost kicks it back outside. The 3 for Dimitrov comes up short, and the defensive rebound is brought under by Martins Laksa. 7th rebound for him to go alongside his 10 points today, Laksa. He's had a really good game. A couple of vital threes as well. Certainly one in this final quarter. Great pass, and Mieris throws it down with 2 hands. And our Latvia just beginning to pull away at the crucial time in this final quarter. The lead is 7. It's a great pass by Myers, and Mareks Mieris makes the dunk, and a timeout is called by Bulgaria with just over a minute to go.
Vladimir. Pass here. Pass and flare.
So 1 minute and 20 seconds, but Latvia have just begun to go on a little run now. They've got that lead up to 7. Big possession coming up for Bulgaria right now. This needs to end in either a 2 or a 3. Bost, oh, what a pass from D. Bost. Amazing vision. Assists each. Zagas. Under 60 seconds to go. The lead is 5. Zagas just pulls up, shoots the 2-0, and he gets the roll as well. Everything falling Latvia's way at the moment. 3 is on the way. All of these so important. They have got the offensive rebound. Oh, they still can't put it back, though. And eventually Latvia do come away with the ball. And now Zagas, great ball movement this. The 3 is on the way, but it's short. And Bulgaria, are able to come away with the ball. And they took a pretty heavy tumble there, did Yordan Minchev. I think he's okay. It's going to take something special for Bulgaria to come back from this. 30 seconds to go. And they are 7 points down. Kurits is back on the floor for the away side, as is Maris Golbis. Bost, they need something, and they need something quickly. Well, they just resort to the foul. Didn't have any more to give, though, Latvia. So Bost will shoot a couple. And another good game, though, D. Bost backing up his 14-point game on Friday. He's got 17 points now as that free throw goes down. And he makes them both. Now, can they get a very quick steal here? Bulgaria, 5 points down. And in the end, they just foul immediately and sends Maddox Mieris to the line. Makes 1 of 2, so they still trail by 6. So again, they need a quick make here. Bulgaria tries to go himself, and he has now set himself to the foul line. Aggressive running from Dimitrov. That makes them both, so they're sticking in touch here, Bulgaria. Only 4 points down now, needs to get it away. Did he get it away in time? That is so poor from Latvia to have a 5-second violation at a time like this. So Bulgaria with another opportunity here to eat into this 4-point lead. Still 16 seconds to go. Can he inbound in time? Yes, he can. Kostov drives inside, makes the layup, and it is just a 2-point game. Bulgaria just not knowing when they're beaten right now. And with 12 seconds to go, Latvia call timeout. Well, 30 seconds or so ago, it looked pretty bleak for Bulgaria. They've just gone on a nice run here and have clawed it back. They are just 2 points behind, and there are 12 seconds to go in this final quarter. Can they get a steal? If not, they will foul. And that's exactly what D-Boss does, so they don't waste any time at all. Still 11.6 seconds on the clock. And a trip to the line, every single free throw now becomes absolutely imperative. He's had a really good game today, though, has Martin Smyers. Probably the guy that they would want shooting these. But he's only made one, or have they got the offensive rebound? No, they haven't, so they could level it up here with D-Boss. D-Boss turns down to three. Here it comes. Oh, he's made it! And Bulgaria are level. 3.9 seconds to go. The bank stays open late in Bulgaria. Great play from D-Boss, who was gonna shoot the three himself, and then he just spotted Stanimir Marinov in acres of space. And how about this? Banks it in. And it is a tied game with just over 3 seconds to go. Latvia call timeout. Well, what an atmosphere it is here in Bulgaria. They look down and out. They still could be, because Latvia will have possession here with just over 3 seconds on the clock to try and win this game. Otherwise, we are heading to overtime. It is 85 points each, 3.9 seconds to go. Can Latvia land one final blow? Gonna have to shoot the three from a long way out. Oh, and he's very nearly made it, but the buzzer goes. And that brings to an end regular time here, but it's not enough time to separate them. We are going to another 5 minutes of overtime. What a game. Bulgaria 85, Latvia 85. Well, Latvia lost by 1 on Friday. And this one would hurt just as much if they were to end up on the losing side here. Well, the stats still pretty close, other than the three-point percentage from Latvia. But what a three-point shot this was from Marinov. That really is clutch from him, banking it in. And then they had a chance, Latvia, to try and win it. It was a hopeful shot, though, that was thrown up from Artur Zagas.
Simple. That's it, David. So 1, 5, and good space in the other 3. Okay.
Well, it's been so close, really, all the way through this match, other than a tiny little period in which Latvia were able to go on a big run, and they opened up a 10-point deficit. But to be fair, with about 30 seconds to go, when they led by 7, you did think that Bulgaria were in a lot of trouble. And that three-point shot from Marinov, heading Bulgaria to overtime. So another 5 minutes to try and separate them. Immediate trip to the line for Yordan Minchev. So 1 out of the 2. Yeah, booze ringing out every time Latvia get in position. That's a lovely pass from Mieres straight into Myers. Those two connecting once again between each other. This is the man that Bulgaria have to thank for even being in this position and still playing right now. Otherwise, they'd be back in the locker room. Excellent bounce pass from D. Bost, and the 2 is good from Yordan Minchev. Again, Myers tries to bounce it in. Last touch was off a Latvian shirt. D. Bost just throwing his body on the line. And Latvia have turned it over, so Bulgaria will get it back. No one's leaving, that is for sure. They will believe now that perhaps the tide has switched direction. It's a great pass back outside. Kostov with the little up fake, drives to the baseline, kicks it out. Great ball movement. This, what a team play this would be, or the three is just off target. And Latvia, I think, have got the decision there. Yeah, foul has gone on Alexander Yanev, trying to bring down that rebound. So Yanev called on his 5th foul, so he will foul out. Still a good game for Alexander Yanev, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for him. High fives all round, but another trip to the foul line here for Myers. Makes them both. Latvia lead again. It becomes a real physical test as well, this. Everyone's starting to feel a bit fatigued, the legs a little bit heavier. DeBost lining up the 3. Oh, how did that not go in? Started to fall down, I swear, and then just came out at the last second. Mieres drives inside. Mieres gets the 2 to go. Latvia once again are up by 3. Been in this position before, haven't they? At the end of regulation time. No DeBost. Great pass. Now the pass out to the corner. Completely open look. And again, we're all tied up. Chavdar Kostov knocking this 3-point shot down. Brilliant ball movement from Bulgaria, though. Been no rush at all, just waiting for the right time to pull the trigger. And Myers trying to respond with the 3 of their own here, Latvia. They come up short, and DeBost brings down the rebound. And now DeBost looking to go coast to coast. Good defense from Myers. Still 19 seconds left on the shot clock. So well not to give the foul away there, did Myers. No, Laxa, not an unsportsmanlike, he's just been called on. I think so. Thought that that's what the referee gave, but no, just a normal personal foul. That's his 3rd, so Kostov will head to the line. Kostov can only make 1. Myers the man who brings down the rebound. 2.5 minutes to go. Still just a 1-point game. Don't rule out double overtime here as Latvia line up the 3. No good. DeBost brings down the rebound. Now draws the foul. Great work from DeBost. So Bost will head to the line. Doesn't look too happy about that one, does he, Zagas? Oh, yeah, just about. Gets the 2nd to fall. So DeBost makes both from the line, and Bulgaria now lead by 3. Can they get a stop? Can they make it a two-possession game, perhaps? Mieris drives in. Oh, what a finish that is, though, on the reverse. Coming to life, Alex Mieris, who's up to 20 points personal, 7 for 8 from the field so far today, Alex Mieris. He's had an exceptionally good game. He's called on a travel. Bulgaria will turn it over. So Latvia now with the chance to go ahead once again with 1 minute and 47 seconds on the clock. Zagas drives in, throws it out. Needs some help, has to go back outside. Is he just going to shoot the three here? I think he's definitely thinking about it. Ticking that time down, it's kind of 3 seconds. He can't get it to go. And now D-Boss down the other end, can't get the layup, and it's still just a 1-point game with just over a minute to go. Now Zagas. Can Latvia edge ahead once again? Again, the boos just ring out around the arena, trying to make it as hostile as they can, but it doesn't matter because Latvia make the three. And they lead by 2 with 1 minute and 1 second to go as a timeout is called, as Bulgaria will have to try and fight back from behind once again. Another dagger to the heart from Latvia.
For attack. Nothing. Mitko. Ne, koj pazi 30. Danco. Kada da dodeš i visok pick and roll. Mitko. Jordan weak side. Hajde, 1-2. Danco, 1 minute. Danco.
So a minute to go. Latvia leading by 2. They led by 3 with about 3 seconds to go, though, in normal time, and that still wasn't good enough as Bulgaria come again to try and tie it up. Oh, massive rejection, but isn't going to count. Coach thinks that it should. It should. It doesn't look like that was on its way down, but I think the foul has gone anyway, so we'll head to the line. It's foul is called on Mieris, so that's his 5th foul, so he'll take no further part in this game. Yeah, it's just a trip to the foul line, so 2 free throws coming up for Yordan Minchev. Does make them both, and once again it is all tied up. 96 points all. Get the steal. This time they can't, so Latvia with 40 seconds left trying to find themselves in front once again. Bulgaria get a stop here. It's a nice pass, an open look at the three. Oh, it just doesn't quite get it to fall, so Bulgaria have got the stop. And there's about 4 seconds between the shot and the game clock here for Bulgaria to try and go ahead. It's going to take their time. They can give Latvia as little time as possible to go and make down the other end. It's in the hands of D. Bost, he comes up short, but they've got the offensive rebound and the foul. So they will head to the line and shoot a couple, and you can see what the Bulgarian bench think about that. So a chance to go 2 points up with 3.4 seconds to go. Well, it fell into the right hands of D. Bost, and a great offensive rebound from Kostov. Kostov's had a really good game so far today. He's got 19 points. But these two could well be the most crucial of the game if he can make these free throws. This is where you need to hold your nerve. Huge moment in this game. Can't make the first one. Oh, and he can't make the second. Can you believe it? He's missed them both, and we're going to double overtime. Oh, has he got it? Oh my God, he's got it! Did he get it away in time though? That is absolutely outrageous if he's got this away in time. Well, the referees are going to have a look at this, but he has just made a shot from pretty much the full length of the court here. But was it on time? The referees are going to have a look at this. Well, this would be one of the best finishes to a game you'll ever see. Oh no, he didn't get it away in time. I'm pretty sure he was just half a second too late. Let's have a look. I think you can see the red light just come on there. And I don't think this is going to count, unfortunately for him, because that was ridiculous. Well, at the end of overtime, it is still 96 points each, but Chavdar Kostov will look back at those 2 free throws that he missed. What a chance to give Bulgaria the win. And we are going for Well, amazing end to first overtime when Kostov missed his 2 free throws. It looked for all money as though we were heading to double overtime, and then the three-point shot went up from pretty much the full length of the court. He made it, but unfortunately just threw it up about 0.2 seconds too late. So we're all tied again at 96 points each. Will double overtime be enough to separate them? Another 5 minutes on the clock. We go again. Bulgaria to start us off. Difficult looking shot, can't get that to fall. Martin Smyers, man who grabs the rebounds. He decides to be glad that they're not due in action again for their national side in these qualifiers until November, because they'll be exhausted after this game here. The shot clock's down to 4. Needs to try and get the shot away. Difficult looking shot, and throws up an air ball. Good defensive possession straight out of the blocks there for Bulgaria. And finally the first points do go down in double overtime, and Bulgaria have the lead. It's Minchev who makes it. Minchev up to 9. Minchev with the assist. They've got the stop now, Bulgaria. A chance to try and go 4 or 5 points up. Kostov, the man who missed 2 free throws at the end of the first overtime. Now he's called on a travel, and Bulgaria will give it straight back to Latvia. Neither side can go 4, 5, 6 points up at the moment. Here's Zagas. Offensive foul is called, so Latvia will give it straight back to Bulgaria. Stanimir Marinov, the man drawing it. Martin Smyers, the man called on it. So a couple of sloppy possessions for Latvia. Just over 3.5 minutes to go. D-Bost is back on the floor as Chavdar Kostov heads to the bench. 20-point game again for D-Bost today, to go with his 7 assists and 3 rebounds. Here is Bost. Bost lining up the 3, nowhere near, but offensive rebound, so Bulgaria will get a second opportunity here. Still leading by 2, 98 points to 96. Shot clock is down to 3, the 3 goes up, oh, just doesn't quite get it to fall. Oh, Bulgaria nearly able to grab another offensive rebound, but Latvia are able to come away with it with Zagas. Zagas again kicks it back out, the open 3, no good, but offensive rebound this time for Latvia. Maris Golbis, the man who threw up the 3. 4 seconds left on the clock, steps back. I think this will be a 2 if it goes, which it does. I think his foot was just inside the line. Yeah, it is a 2. And again, it is all tied up. I think a 3 has been given, actually. 99 points to 98. They might just have a look at that. Certainly looked from my angle as though his foot was inside the line shooting that. Oh, but a great response from Bulgaria. And Chris Minchev, who just answers straight back with a 2 of his own. And they lead by 1, 100 points to 99. Foul is called, so wouldn't have counted anyway. Got less than 2 minutes to go. I wonder whether they're going to just go back and have a look at that 3-point shot that Skella made earlier on. So Martin Smyers, the man who draws the foul. I think they may well be doing just that right now. The two referees just go over to the monitor to have a look at it. Fairly sure this would be about the Skella shot that has gone down as a 3. Yeah, it is. Here it is. His foot just, yeah, it was. Just a 2-point shot. So 1 point is going to have to come off here for Latvia. There is confirmation that it was a 2. So it is 100 points to 98 rather than 99. So not the decision that Latvia wanted. But anyway, back to it. Martin Smias is just about to shoot a couple here. 26 points for the day for him. So this to make it 100 points each. Can't make the second though, so Bulgaria still leads, only by 1. Ball back in the hands of D. Bost. Now Minchev. To Bost, oh, not on the same wavelength. Didn't realise that pass was coming, and now up the other end of the floor, the foul is called, and there'll be another trip to the line. As Marinov takes a blow to the face by the looks of it. Yeah, just got an elbow right in the face there, Marinov, as Kurits went up. So Latvia with another chance to retake the leads. 100 points to 99 with just about 90 seconds to go. Third foul called on Marinov. He looks okay. I was wondering whether he might get a nosebleed or something after being hit in the face with the elbow. He seems okay. Kurits can't make the first. Heads in hands for some of the Latvian supporters that have made the trip to Bulgaria. It's about 2,500 kilometers, the trip. And he makes the second, 100 points each, with 90 seconds to go. Surely we aren't heading to a third overtime here. D. Bost lining up the jump shot. Oh, and he gets the roll as well. Didn't think that was going to fall, but Bost got it to go. Bulgaria lead again. Bost up to 22 for him. Kurits heads to the bench for Latvia. Martins Laksa, who's made a couple of big shots today. 10 points and 7 rebounds for Laksa. Not sure what the referees are looking at now. Something double-checked here. May well have just been checking to see how much time should be on the clock. We've got 1 minute 18 seconds now. That's just been changed to 1 minute 19. Get underway again. Bulgaria leading by 2, 102 points to 100. Coming up to the final 60 seconds. And Latvia get back level once again. Skeller, great pass across the floor. They may even take the lead here. No, the three is off target. And the rebound is brought under from Minchev. And now Bulgaria have an opportunity to perhaps go 4 or 5 points in front. Crowd doing all they possibly can to get behind their team. As D. Bost, is he the man to make a 2 or 3? Well, he's not, but he makes the assist. The 2-point shot is good and one. And is that the final nail in the coffin here for Latvia? A chance for Bulgaria to go 5 points in front. And surely Bulgaria are going to go on and win this game from here. Although we've said this before with Latvia at the end of the regulation time. They led by a similar margin with a similar amount of time to go, and they were pegged back. Kids are loving it. So Vaklinov with a chance to make it a 5-point lead. And he does just that. Uses the backboard as well. I don't know whether that was intentional. A bit of a smile on his face as he knocked it down. So now there really is pressure on Latvia. They need to make, and they need to make quickly. Loses his footing, but is still able to keep hold of the ball. Throws it out to the corner. 3-point shot is on the way. Can't get it to go. But they've got the offensive rebound here, Latvia. Another chance to make the 3-point shot, which they do. And Latvia are back to within 2. Well, this is extraordinary. Just neither side can see this game out. 22 seconds to go. And a timeout is called with Bulgaria leading 105 points to 103. So just as we thought Bulgaria were perhaps just beginning to pull away, Latvia respond after that Zagos 3-pointer to get them back to within 2 with 22 seconds to go. Haven't been able to get the steal. Now, when do they foul here, Latvia? They're going to have to do so at some stage. Bulgaria did a good job there of just ticking. Oh, he's made it! That is remarkable, absolutely remarkable from D. Bost, and that surely will be that. Well, that is one of the best shots you will see in every single qualifying window over the next 12 months. From nowhere, D. Bost has surely won this game for Bulgaria. Not only makes the 3, but is fouled as well, and heads to the line for a chance of a 4-point play. Well, if this game had to be won, it was always going to take something special just to separate these teams, and that is just that. Quite amazing from their main man, who's up to 25 points now. And if that doesn't take the wind out of the Latvian sails, I'm not quite sure what will. 12 seconds to go. They could well find themselves 6 points down in the next couple of seconds here if Boss can make this free throw. Which he does. Now this would be some comeback if they can forge a 6-point comeback. D. Boss, quite rightly, gets a huge round of applause as he heads to the bench. His job is done. And surely Bulgaria's is as well. 8 seconds to go. Foul is called on Chris Minkov. Makes one of them, Skella. They still find themselves 5 points down with 6 seconds to go. And they get the steal. Kostov ticks down another couple of seconds. He will now shoot a couple. Bost. High fives all round, and why not after that shot that he made back end of double overtime to surely give his side the win here. For these free throws, you think that would be that. Well, he only makes one out of the two. Throws up the three, the buzzer goes. And finally, Bulgaria have won it. An absolutely extraordinary game here. And Latvia, for the second game running in these qualifiers, suffer heartbreak. It finishes Bulgaria 110, Latvia 104, after double overtime was needed to separate them. Well, Latvia must have thought that they were in the driver's seat after the regulation time was ticking down. But a big-time three from Stanimir Marinov leveled the game up for Bulgaria. That took it to overtime. And then, well, we'll look back at that D. Boss three-point shot, the four-point play towards the back end of double overtime that really did the damage and just made sure of victory for this Bulgarian side. So they're off and running in these qualifiers after losing their opening game back on Friday. But it is not the start that Latvia wanted. They go 0-2 to start off their qualifying campaign. And they will hope for better things when the second window gets underway at the back end of November. So there's still plenty of time between now and then. They're in the driver's seat, Latvia. Coming down the stretch, you can see the stats pretty similar, really. Latvia just shot that three-point shot a little bit better than Bulgaria. They out-rebounded the Bulgarians as well. A lot of the stats really in favor of Latvia. Bulgaria were just able to get more shots away throughout the course of the game. Bost was magnificent. He finished with 26, supported by Kostov with 20. And Myers led the way for Latvia with 27. And was ably supported by Lahiris as well. Well, the crowd were really treated to something special there today. Just have a look back at the highlights. As I say, we now have well, around 7 months until 7 or 8 months until the next qualifying window will get underway. That is between the 26th of November and the 30th of November. So plenty of time to wait until then. Bulgaria will play 2 more games. They will go away to Bosnia and Herzegovina on the 26th of November, and then they will be at home to Greece on the 29th of November. And as for Latvia, on the 26th, they will travel to Greece, and they will also be on the road on the Sunday as well. On the 29th of November, they will travel to Bosnia. So 2 road games for Latvia, which isn't exactly what they want, having lost their opening couple of games here. And then the final qualifying window is pretty much 12 months from today. It's the 19th to the 22nd of February. So still plenty of time left in this qualifying campaign. Some real standout performance today, though. Not only DeBost and Myers who led the way for both sides, but everyone chipped in. Of course, with double overtime, there was a lot of time for the players to rack up the stats. But the crowd came out in their numbers. They certainly played their part. Loved what they saw today. Did this Bulgarian crowd here at the arena, Bodivgrad. They're really treated to a fantastic game over the last couple of hours. Always nice for Bulgaria to get off and running in these qualifying campaigns. Just takes the pressure off, because it's not exactly as though they're playing many games. They've only got 4 games left in this entire window, so the fact that it's the top 3 teams that go through really does heap the pressure on Latvia going forward into the qualifying games in November and next February. They really know that there's no room for manoeuvre now, whereas at least Bulgaria have got up and running. This was the 3 from Marinov that took it to overtime. Looked as though Bost was going to shoot the 3 himself, but instead just spotted Marinov in a better position to knock it down. DeBost just made shot after shot. It didn't look as though that was going to fall, but just about got the roll for Bost in the end. This was extraordinary. This was the shot that won it for Bulgaria. Nearly on the halfway line, Bost somehow makes the 3 whilst being fouled and completed the 4-point play to assure victory for Bulgaria. What a game it has been. Bulgaria topped the group, but Greece and Bosnia and Herzegovina are currently playing as we speak. So go over and watch that. But for now, from all of us here in Bulgaria, we say good night.
Можем вече да почнем интервюзата официално. След тази невероятна среща,